Today we're talking about one of the most important AI studies released this year, a new MIT report that says artificial intelligence can already replace 11.7% of the US workforce, representing more than $1.2 trillion in wages. And what's even more surprising is that this disruption isn't happening in Silicon Valley alone. It's happening in every state, every county, and almost every industry. MIT used a brand new tool called the Iceberg Index, built in collaboration with Oak Ridge National Laboratory, the same place that houses the world-class Frontier supercomputer. And the idea behind the Iceberg Index is simple but mind-blowing: create a digital twin of the entire US labor force. All 151 million workers. Every job. Every skill. Every task. And then simulate how today's AI tools would reshape that workforce if deployed at scale. For the first time, researchers mapped 32,000 skills, 923 occupations, and 3,000 US counties, and measured how much of that work AI can already perform. Not in theory, but right now. And here's the shocking part. The visible job losses we see today, tech layoffs, IT consolidation, automation in software engineering, represent just the tip of the iceberg. Only 2.2% of wage exposure. Roughly $211 billion. But underneath that surface is where the real impact lies. Over $1.2 trillion in work is already technically automatable with current AI systems. And it's not just tech. It's HR workflows. Logistics. Office administration. Finance and accounting. Customer operations. Back-office work. Routine professional services. Exactly the kind of jobs most people assumed were safe because they require human judgment. The Iceberg Index isn't predicting when these jobs will disappear, and MIT is very clear about that. The study isn't an apocalypse timeline. Instead, it shows what AI is already capable of today, and gives policymakers a chance to test interventions before the disruption hits. Almost like a flight simulator, but for America's labor market. States like Tennessee, North Carolina, and Utah have already adopted the tool to build their AI workforce action plans. Tennessee used Iceberg data directly in its new state AI strategy. Utah is preparing its own report. North Carolina senators involved in the project say the tool is powerful because you can zoom all the way down to a single neighborhood, see what skills people have today, and see how many of those skills AI can already automate. One of the most important takeaways is that AI disruption is not limited to coastal cities, tech hubs, or software-heavy industries. The exposures are spread across all 50 states, including rural regions. And for many states, the question is not, how do we stop automation? It's, how do we adopt AI intelligently and upgrade human workers before the disruption hits? MIT calls it a once-in-a-century moment to modernize workforce training. If governments use the Iceberg Index wisely, they can reskill millions, redirect resources, and actually strengthen industries like manufacturing, healthcare, nuclear energy, and transportation, instead of hollowing them out. The message of the study is clear: AI isn't coming someday. It's already here. And the impact is bigger, deeper, and more widespread than most people realize. The only real question now is how fast we adapt. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, share this with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe for more deep dives into AI, tech, and the future of work.